Hey everyone, welcome to this weekend Sidereal Astrology Forecast. This is for February 1st through the 3rd of 2019. All right, so this weekend, quite a bit going on astrologically, although not a energetic type of weekend. We are entering into the balsamic phase, which is the closeout period of the previous lunar month. So the energies are usually a little bit lower, and we are gearing up for a new moon on Monday. So anything we can do to finalize or do some clearing with this weekend is fantastic. But with the activity astrologically, we do have the moon in Sagittarius, so great weekend for expanding our worldview, maybe accessing a bit of that spirit for life. And Mars squaring up to Pluto Friday, Saturday, maybe some deep things in terms of practicing non-attachment to our needs. Our needs could be a bit strong collectively, maybe some tense energy collectively that through that awareness and non-attachment can actually help this be very constructive. And then Venus trining up to Uranus, squaring Chiron, Saturday, Sunday, really good for trying new things with maybe our relationship life, outside our comfort zone, listening to our excitement, it's bringing in a bit of spontaneity when it comes to our connections. And Mercury sextiling Jupiter on Sunday, really good for, again, some of that Sagittarius energy of expanding our worldview. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this weekend. We're going to look at this for what will be Friday here with the moon entering Sagittarius, Saturday, and then Sunday the moon will be finishing Sagittarius, gearing up for that new moon in Capricorn. So again, on this channel, we are using the actual size of the constellations called True Sidereal Astrology. So if you are new, definitely check out that link down below for more information, because this does change the signs from mainstream astrology. All right, so let's look at the most important thing this weekend. It really is the fact that we're closing out the eclipse month, the eclipse lunar cycle that we just had, and with Sagittarius. So when the moon is here finishing up the phase of the previous lunar month, like we're doing now, really good to reacclimate to some of the energy from the cycle. And in this case, it's the energy of Sagittarius, which the cycle was about expanding our worldview to what's possible and listening to that spirit for life. And so really good weekend to do this, especially if it involves finalizing anything on this level, right? It's a closeout. The energies are lower this phase of the lunar cycle. Again, clearing, really good for clearing before the new moon. But nonetheless, what can we do to further expand our horizons or finalize some belief systems or reconnect with that spirit for life and remember what those whole themes were about? So great for this kind of stuff. It is a fire sign. So good to, yes, access some of that spirit there with Sagittarius. So with that being said, we do have quite a bit going on with the aspects here this weekend. We do have Mars squaring up to Pluto. This is going to be strongest on Friday, well, the later part of Friday going into Saturday. So this is collectively maybe a bit of tension. Again, collectively, this is Mars, the planet of our drives and needs, in a challenging aspect up to Pluto, which is really about helping us become non-attached to those needs and helping us sort of go about things with a bit more connection to what truly matters. And the only way to really do that is to really connect to our core and observe the ego as the ego. And so really good couple days to do this. If there are any strong needs that you may have, maybe strong attachments, it's a really good time to be conscious of that. And it's through that conscious awareness that it then helps the energy manifest much more balanced and healthfully. So great weekend for this stuff. I would say fundamentally the easiest way of thinking about it is to practice, well, two things. One is that awareness of this side of ourself that does have needs, because that is a very important part of ourself that does need to be acknowledged and accepted and reintegrated. And then the second part is to practice non-attachment to those needs. And that obviously helps the more sort of aware we are of these instinctual deep needs, because it is very deep, very instinctual, usually with this kind of aspect. And so that awareness and non-attachment to the outcome of what we want really helps this manifest healthfully. So great couple days here if you're guided to even maybe put in some of this assertive energy into things that maybe you otherwise would be afraid of, or there was maybe some other inhibitions that now you're willing to remove some obstacles to make it happen. Really good weekend for that, again, with conscious awareness. And all in all, just again, becoming more aware of this side of ourselves and asking ourselves, what are these needs? What is needing to be expressed here? And through that, there's a healthy expression of it. And so finding whatever that is, likely something that involves, again, assertiveness, maybe taking action, maybe independence, these types of Mars-related, assertive, independent-related aspects of ourself. All right, so yep, great couple days for this stuff. As we get into Saturday, Venus is going to start to trine up to Uranus and square up to Chiron. So the Uranus side to it is going to play the dominant role, and this is an easier energy to work with. This is usually maybe something new and exciting or different coming into our life involving maybe relationships or values in some way. So an excellent day, particularly Saturday, to get outside of our comfort zone when it comes to relationships, when it comes to our enjoyments of life, connecting in new and different ways, right? And just bringing in a bit of doing things outside the norm, a bit of excitement, and again, getting outside of that normal routine or normal perspective of what we may normally do when it comes to those connections and enjoyments. So great for that. And with the square to Chiron, nothing major. If there are any wounds that do come up involving relationships, good to maybe take some action in the face of those wounds. And that can be very healing and very therapeutic. And if there are any intentions you can set involving healing in relationships or about relationships, could really help facilitate, again, what is this kind of fresh new energy coming in regarding our perspective of those one-to-one connections. And I do have to say, you know, Venus has been in deep Scorpio and Ophiuchus leading up to this weekend, but now she is starting to make her way into Sagittarius, which is a much easier energy for her to work with. So when it comes to, you know, really the next month, almost, there is this kind of more free-spirited energy, buoyant energy, post-transformation energy involving those relationships and things that are Venusian, like our values and resources. All right, and then the most minor aspect this weekend is on Sunday, and it really just confirms a lot of that Sagittarius influence, which is Mercury sextiling up to Jupiter. So just a bit of an opening here to maybe learn some new things from a higher perspective. Great for maybe learning philosophy, discussing, communicating philosophy, learning new things just in general. Communications might flow a bit. These types of mercurial things just get this slight dose of optimism and inspiration, which can help facilitate those matters. All right, everyone. So another busy weekend, as was the case last weekend. But the way I would sum this up is really the fact that we're closing out this previous lunar cycle. So great to do a bit of, again, a reset, see if there's anything we can finalize or close out to make space for the new beginnings around the corner. All right, so everyone have a fantastic weekend. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you all on Monday for the new moon forecast. Take care.